What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Double Coverage. Hope you're still living, loving, and breathing sport. I'm Dom with the great man, Sauce. How you going, brother?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. And we're back. We're back, Doma. We're back in the race. We're back in the race. I mean, Liverpool still got a game in hand, so let's just I'll leave it at that. We'll talk about it later in the show when we get to the round ball segment. But it's a good day because, you know, obviously we're back in the title race. We're caught up 2 points, but we beat Tottenham. London is red. And there's not much else we can say. Sorry, Ange. But, you know, once again, your team just absolute capitulation. I mean, they kicked the first goal. We put the pressure on them severely, and they kicked the first goal, and then they just crumbled. We'll talk about it a bit later, but it was good. It was a good watch. It was a good watch.
And we've got obviously the Aussie Open is
Happening right now.
well and truly underway, and we're watching School Kate, the Aussie School Kate.
Yes, that's his name.
Against Yannick, the drug cheat sinner, which we can't hate. Like we were saying before we jump, we can't. He's Italian, so we can't hate him. And like, tell me when in history no Italian's done anything a bit shifty. Like, come on, mate. Like, give him a chance. Let him drug.
We got the Carabinieri over there, mate. So it's all shifty.
Hello, Vinny. Hope you're well. And also, Sauce, just will mention at the top of the show, we finally got around to ripping the case. If no one's tuned in to see it yet, go waste all your time watching it. That's all I'm saying. Get those views up or send it to a Russian troll farm. And
something.
Yeah, big, fat, nothing. So we hit how many autos in a case?
Oh, don't get me started. How the hell? We'll talk about it in the hobby talk. We'll talk about it in the hobby talk.
We'll start with the NBA as we usually do. I've just been following the box scores, obviously, a bit more and trying to get into it because a bit's been happening. And I messaged you today, and Brooklyn lost by 59 Sauce today. 59 against the Clippers. And you messaged me back and said, oh, yeah, they're tanking for Flag. And I said, what I say to you, they won't get him because they're a shit market.
They'll rig it so he doesn't go there. Cooper Flag, if you don't know who we're talking about, obviously he's rumored to be the number one pick out of Duke. I've actually watched a couple of his games, Doma, with Duke when I've caught it. They've been on ESPN or having to catch it on the World Wide Web when they're playing. I tell you what, you look at him, and you have to remind yourself. You have to say, he's 17. He's 17.
Who's he look like out there?
He's athletic, man.
What's the
He's
comp?
athletic.
You're gonna give
I gotta watch I gotta watch a bit more of him. But I'll tell you what, he's athletic. He can shoot the ball. He rebounds phenomenally well. Like, he just out hustles guys.
What position is he? Is he a guard?
I think he'd be like a small forward because he's pretty big. I mean, you look at him. Okay. Look at him. He's big. He's 17 years old and he's this big already. I'll just give the guy a few seasons in the NBA. I think he's going to be a very good player.
Cooper Flag,
obviously, massively hyped. He is. He's big.
They beat Miami yesterday, 89-54, and he had 13, 6, and 7. He's a pretty big boy.
Yeah, he plays the game right as well. Doesn't moves the ball around and does the right thing. So I think he'll be a very
interesting.
Handy player.
He's 40th in points, 65th in rebounds, and tied 150th in assists in the league in college. And this is the potential number one pick. So. It's interesting.
I think it's all like obviously potential. Yeah, he's 17 years old. He'll be in the league. He'll be 18. So he's raw talent, and it's going to take 2-3 years, 4 years, putting into him, and hopefully in that time he can grow and elevate his game. But yeah, he does look good. He does look good.
But the one guy that's looking absolutely amazing at the moment is Jalen Green. I've been having a look at him over the last few games, and he has been balling, Sauce. Absolutely balling. He had 34 today. I think he had 42 2 days ago or yesterday. 42 against the Grizzlies, 34 against the Nuggets, 27 against the Grizzlies on the 10th of Jan. Let's have a look. 29 against the Wizards, 33 against the Lakers, 27 against the Celtics. Source. So that's his 1, 2, 3, 4. His last 6 games, he's had over 25. And he's had 3 over 30 in that game and 3 under 30 points. Pretty impressive.
It's pretty good. Let's see if Houston, can
shooting the ball
keep
pretty
things
well.
up.
He shot over 50% today. He shot 60% from 3 today. He shot over 50% against the Grizzlies. He was 5 of 6 from 3 in that game. 11 of 21 against the Grizzlies on the 10th of Jan, so over 50% there. He shot 4 of 8, 50% from 3 in that game. He shot just under 50% against the Wizards, had 29. He was 7 from 15 from 3, so almost shot 50% in that game. He shot 50% against the Lakers. He had 33. 5 of 12 in that from downtown. 10 of 21 against the Celtics, so just under 50% there. And then 5 of 13. So, he's been very productive as well. Very efficient with his shooting. So I just noticed that, and I thought I'd give it a bit of a mention on the show. He's been balling out, Jalen Green.
Yeah, this is what you want to sort of see. 4th year in the league. Had a lot of reps his first 3 seasons. And Houston's growing as a team. I think and Houston is a little bit of an attractive market. The city of Houston, plenty of entertainment to indulge in there. Just ask James Harden.
Banners.
He's got banners hung up everywhere. Every strip club along the strip there in Houston. But look, let's see if Houston can keep it up and obviously do something this season in the playoffs. Should they are able to make it, which looks like by all means that they should. Because I've obviously expressed my interest in Sengun. I spoke about him last year. Said I in my opinion he's not a bad player to collect. If I'm collecting cards, because I feel like there's a bit of room for his growth, and I was right. When I talked about it, and I bought a couple of his autos, sold them off within a few weeks after I actually bought them. One I bought at a show off a guy and put it back in my showcase and sold it about 30 minutes later. He was that hot of a prospect. So, he's got talent, and so does that Houston lineup. So let's see if they can keep evolving. I feel like they don't have a good enough team to compete, but as they keep evolving,
Butler is one of those guys that we're looking at.
I don't think you bring Butler in. You don't bring Butler in.
I wouldn't with Jalen Green playing so well.
No, I don't think you do. I think Jalen Green regresses with a guy like Butler there.
Van Vliet's really good in that team as a vet. I wouldn't put Jimmy Butler in there. You probably have to lose obviously you're going to have to lose a few pieces. You probably want to build on the young guys, like you're saying. The other team, obviously, to notice, and sources mentioned this a gazillion times, and this could be the gazillion and first time he's going to mention it, but Kawhi Leonard in that Clippers team makes all the difference, man. A healthy Kawhi Leonard, that team can achieve anything. They're up to 5th seed in the West now, Source. They've won 3 of their last 5.
They're there where they are without, obviously, Kawhi. Just goes to show, the body of work that James Harden put in an off season, able to lead that team. He's missed very few games, if any. He probably has missed a couple of games, but very rarely he's been out of the lineup. They're 5th in the West, which is, stacked, absolutely stacked. And Kawhi comes back, and should he be able to stay healthy? What's to say that they can't make a run, in the playoff time? They've definitely got talent there, and guys who know how to finish and play big time basketball when it comes playoff time. So look, they're a team to watch out for. They are a team to watch out for.
The other team, obviously, Minnesota, starting to put together some good consistent, a bit consistent basketball, but that also stems from the consistency of Anthony Edwards. He did
Really
struggle yeah, he
thus far.
has, but he's since the 5th of Jan, he's been good all but 2 games. So yeah, on the 5th of Jan, from that point, he was struggling. He had like 14 against the Spurs, 30th of December, 20 against the Thunder, 15 against the Celtics. He struggled, and then look, clearly the Pistons are putting him into a bit of form. Like he shot 53 against the Pistons, then 37 against the Clippers, 32 against the Pelicans. Then it was 21 against the Magic. He didn't shoot the ball well at all, and then 15 against the Grizzlies. But then he's come up against the Wizards and got himself in some form again. He had 41 against them, and then he had 28 in their loss today to the Warriors, where the Chef put up 31. So they're starting to find some form.
A lot of shit teams he's put numbers up on there, though.
Yeah, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. Shit teams put him into some form. Obviously, the one team that's really good and it's showing that the struggles without him. Dallas, no Luka, no Kyrie. They're absolutely struggling. Down into the 7th seed. They're just bang, bang, moving down. Sacramento's move up into the 9th seed, which is pretty good by them.
That would happen to anyone. Anyone loses to their any team you lose. I mean, take LeBron and AD out of the Lakers, we would stink. Yeah. Absolutely stink. It's just for many teams. So, they just have to stay there and thereabouts. And Luka and Kyrie come back, they'll be able to, lift them up further into the, playoff picture.
Phoenix stinking it up, mate. They're down to 12th now. The Suns, they've won.
I don't know if there's rumors that Beal could be on the way out. They've moved him to the bench.
He could come to the Heat.
To the bench. They're trying to obviously make him look that he's still a good player. So they're playing him against the bench guys. So he comes in off the bench. He's playing against the second unit. He can take more shots. He's been putting up better numbers. I'm not sure if you've noticed that. And that's obviously
he could come to the Heat source.
Pump his price up.
But what did I say? If he comes to the Heat, Bradley Beal could get Lemon of the Year if he comes to Miami. Because remember when he was leaving the Wizards, what did I say on this show? Where he should have gone?
Yeah, Miami.
To the Heat. I said it fits perfectly. You don't want to go into a team with Kevin Durant and Devin Booker. You don't want to go play there. I said that wasn't the market. So you win. He's going to get Lemon of the Year if he comes to the Heat. But I'll be happy that we get him.
Finally. We got to do something.
Pelicans have looked pretty good as well. They've won 3 of their last 5, playing better ball. Cavs, 4 of their last 5.
Back?
He's back from the suspension. He played really well in the comeback game, and then they just rested him today because I think it was a back-to-back. So they rested him, which is fair enough. Cavs first in the East still, Boston right behind them in second, Knicks, Milwaukee, Orlando into 5th. Banchero's back source, which is nice. Pacers in 6th. Detroit's moved up to 7th in the East source, which is a bit of a surprise.
Yeah, I've seen some graphic like this is the first time they've been plus 500 team in so long. I don't know if they're still plus 500.
Yeah,
but,
no, they are 21 and 19, so pretty good by them. The Hawks in 8th. Miami's dropped to 9th. Bulls in 10th. Philly in 11th. They've lost 4 of their last 5, Philly, and they're still like right there to the play-in. That's how bad the East is, and then the rest of the teams are just literally no ones. So that's it for the basketball, unless there's someone else source or something.
Vinny says, can the Cavs keep going or will they fall over?
I don't know if they can win it.
I just don't think they can win it. I just feel like their backcourt is just a little bit too small. It's a little bit too small when they're going to come up, when they're going to come up against the likes of say Boston, they have to go up against Boston, and they're going to play against Drew Holiday, who's already big as a point guard, and then they're going to play against Derek White is very good defensively, and then they'll have Brown and Tatum rotating onto them. They'll switch all that action, and then Donovan Mitchell and Garland. They're just a little bit small. I just feel like that's where they get let down, and can be their sort of let down defensively. So,
And I'm
yeah,
gonna give
look,
it. I need to
maybe
give
I
a
could be
shout out.
wrong, but I don't think they can do it.
I need to give a shout out to Nikola Jovic as well, the poor man's Jokic that plays for the Heat, because he's been playing really well. He's
He's just straight offense, isn't he? Though he just
no, but he's been pretty. His
no.
stats
I'm
have been
saying
pretty,
when I say
straight.
when I mean he's like
Yeah,
straight offense. Like he comes
yeah,
off the bench and he
yeah. That's
attacks.
right.
He like
Puts up numbers.
he's like a fire starter. You know what I mean? Your team might be a bit slow and you put him in off the bench and he just gives you a kick. He gives you a boost. And he's done that really well for the Heat over the
His
last.
New Year's been pretty good. This is a bench guy, like 8-8. He shot, then 17, 12, 20, 11, 21. He stunk it up against the Clippers. The whole Heat team stunk in that game. We didn't have any stars play that game. We rested
Yeah.
everyone. And then he had 12 against the Lakers today, 4 boards, 8 assists. So just a shout out to him.
Did you win that game in the end? Because I seen you were up at halftime. I didn't.
No,
I
you
didn't
beat
catch
us
the
by
score.
4, I think.
Oh, we came back in the second half. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
All right, let's
LeBron
get to
must
the
have turned it on in the second half because he had barely anything at halftime.
Who dominated today? It wasn't LeBron. LeBron had 22.
AD?
He had another. No, he had another guy. It wasn't even Christie. Who was it?
Reeves, Hachimura.
Yeah, it was Hachimura today. Yeah. Anyway, let's get to the
Need the others to step up.
That's
All right,
right.
enough NBA. Enough NBA.
Results in the EPL: West Ham defeated Fulham 3-2, Chelsea Bournemouth 2-2, Brentford Man City 2-2, Nottingham Liverpool 1-1. A lot of draws: Newcastle Wolves 3-0, Palace 2-0 over Leicester, Villa 1-0 over Everton, and as you mentioned, London is red. Arsenal defeat Tottenham 2-1.
Come on.
So you can jump into your analysis of that one, Source, and the capitulation of.
Yeah, so first 20 minutes, all Arsenal, probably could have had a goal, didn't. They go down the other end, get the goal, and then it all just falls apart for them shortly after. They give up the ball in midfield. We get one, and Trossard, great finish. I'm not sure if you've seen it, Dom. It was a great finish. Took it early, left foot, crossed the keeper, just clean. And then, after that, Arsenal, Tottenham threatened a little bit. Arsenal maybe could have had another one and sealed the game, but in the end, get the job done. And we'll take it. We'll take it, Doma. As I said, what brings us closer to Liverpool, 2 points closer as they got the draw the day before against Nottingham. They do have a game in hand. I think Arsenal and Liverpool still have to play one more time as well this season. So I think there's that to look forward to because I think we've only played them once. So it can still be done. It can still be done. That's for sure. But we're going to need a little bit of help from Liverpool for them to drop points. But yeah, it's firming up to. It is a 2-horse race. What did I say the other week when it was saying is Chelsea in the title race, and I was saying, mate, Chelsea's not in the title race. Yeah,
nah,
and they've proven themselves right. They couldn't keep that form.
We've got to chase them down now, mate. We've got to chase them down.
Yeah,
how many points are we behind them? We're 14 points behind them. Fuck, United is genuinely. We're in 15th. We actually have to beat Southampton, who are bottom of the table, mate. If we can't beat them, we might as well relegate us and we'll come back in 2027. Seriously. Games coming up: Ipswich, Brighton, Man United, Southampton. But then we've got another round, so round 22 starting straight away after that Man United Southampton game on Saturday. So we've got Newcastle, Bournemouth, Brentford, Liverpool on Sunday morning, Leicester, Fulham, Crystal Palace, West Ham, Arsenal, Villa, 4:30 Saturday morning. Source.
Jeez.
Everton, Tottenham. Sunday morning, 1 a.m. Man United, Brighton, 3 days after our Southampton game. Then Nottingham, Southampton, Ipswich, Man City, and Chelsea Wolves on Monday
Play
morning.
so much, and then there's Champions League.
Yes, I was about to
on
say there is
Wednesday
Champions League on
and
Wednesday.
Thursday.
Yep, we've got the big games. Atalanta is playing Monaco Villa, Atletico Leverkusen, Benfica, Barcelona.
So this is the middle of the next week, ladies
Yeah,
and gentlemen.
Liverpool, Lille. What else we got? And then on the 23rd, we got Milan, Girona, Arsenal played Dinamo Zagreb. So you got 3 games in like 6 days, or 7 days. That's mental. Bayern,
That's
Feyenoord, PSG, City, Madrid, Salzburg, and Inter play Sparta, Prague.
That's nuts.
Global. It would be my dream to see Man United in Division 2. I don't think it'll happen, but it would be pretty. Honestly, I'm a Man United fan. I'll be absolutely livid, but it would be pretty funny. You can't.
Well,
it'd be
you want the clear out. That will help with the clear out because I'm sure a shit ton of players would have to get sold.
Apparently, Garnacho is either going to Napoli or who was the other team? I saw another team's come heavily linked to him. I can't remember who it was. It's an English Premier League
saga with the social media thing is
he's gone.
Getting him out the door.
Rashford's gone.
Vinny says, any thoughts on Ange at this stage of the season? Will they leave him in the seat? They have to. They have to leave. You got to be patient. You know what I mean? I feel like you have to give him time. You know, he's barely even. You know, he's slowly getting more players in there that he wants in his team, and you got to give him time. This is the problem with Tottenham. They think that they're a big club and that they should be winning things, but you haven't won shit. So to have a bit of patience, right? Have a bit of patience. And, back the bloke in. He's always got results everywhere he's gone. He plays a brand of football that, is exciting and good to watch and, very free-flowing and attacking. Could tighten up things a bit at times. But, he doesn't make the decision for his player to skip around one and then think, all right, I've got around one. I'm going to try go for the second one on halfway and then get the ball pinched and starts a counterattack from halfway. How are you supposed to control that as a coach? You know what I mean? They've copped a few raw into the stick. The last few games, they've copped some horrendous calls. They copped a handball that wasn't given against Joel Linton in the game against Newcastle.
That's pretty bad.
I actually don't know. Why do we have VAR if that doesn't matter? A handball.
Well, it was called in another game happening at the same time, wasn't it? That's why
it was right by his side. It gave him an advantage to put the ball down and play forward and then end up getting a goal. How's that not handball? Like, I understand it's by his side, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You see it in the box. If your hands are by your side, right, and the guy's 10 meters away from you, it's different if he's like 1 or 2 meters or a few meters and he hits his hand. Yeah, right, his hands by his side. They still give it. Even like 3 meters, they'll give it handball because your hands are out of place. Like, it's just stupid. So why isn't that a free kick? Just bizarre. So they've copped a few bad calls and some of Ange's whinging doesn't help his cause as well. He comes up with a few dubious statements at times. But they have to have patience. They have to have patience.
I agree. All right, that's pretty much it for the round ball. We'll move on, Sauce, because we've had some NFL playoffs. And it's safe to say we're on the money with one team losing and the Messiah absolutely going off.
He had a field day, didn't he?
I think we're safe to say that. So we had the Rams defeating the Vikings. I can't remember who we tipped differently. I know I went Commanders over Buccaneers and you went Buccaneers, but I think you picked Rams, I picked Vikings. I think that was the other one. So
no, I picked the Vikings.
Vikings. Did you? I picked the Rams then.
I went with my boy, but
so I think I nailed all of them. Rams defeated Vikings. Commanders defeated Buccaneers. Philly defeated Green Bay, Buffalo over Broncos, Baltimore over Steelers, and the Texans defeated the Chargers. So very interesting results. Very, very interesting results. And that sets
All
up
of it.
some big games, Source.
Fixtures.
Starting tomorrow, actually, 19th, 8:30 tomorrow morning. Chiefs, Texans
No,
at
19th.
midday.
It's in a couple of days.
19th? What's tomorrow? Oh, it's on
Sunday morning.
Sunday morning. Sorry. Apologies. We've got Chiefs, Texans, Lions, Commanders, and then we've got Eagles, Rams, Bills, Ravens. That is a big game. That Bills Ravens game, Source. That is ginormous.
In Buffalo as well.
Yep.
I'm going to go Kansas, Detroit, Philly,
Yep.
Ravens.
Ooh. I'm gonna go all the same and then go Bills.
Ooh.
Change it up. See the Bills
Ravens.
Mafia.
We've got Ravens versus Chiefs in the AFC.
Yeah. So there you go. Done and dusted for NFL. Nice and quick over there. And we'll jump straight into some Australian Open Source before we get to the UFC. So it's been great. There's been a few upsets. Obviously, Tsitsipas going out on the first day. You were in disbelief when I messaged you. You were like, what? And
Yes.
he made a comment in his he wasn't making excuses, so don't take it as an excuse from Tsitsipas. It was good to actually listen to him to get a bit of an insight. And he said, like, he goes, maybe I should have prepared a little bit better, because he said the game's changing a bit. He said it's gone to a lot of power, like on the ground strokes.
Yeah.
And he was saying with that, he goes, it feels like you're using all your energy just to get the ball back because it's coming so quick at you. So he goes, these young kids are now coming up so much stronger and just hitting the ball so much harder, which you can actually marry that up a bit with golf, where you can see golf now, like it's become pure athleticism with the strength on driving. Like Bryson DeChambeau just slaps the ball, mate, off the tee. So finesse on the irons and obviously the short game, but when it's teeing off, it's just like just banging it as far as they can possibly hit it. So yeah, bit of an insight into what the game's turning into, which you spew a little bit. We'll see what happens. You guys, Aussie Gooners, says the K. All right, be honest. Arteta in or out if you win nothing. You might have to answer that, or you will have to answer it.
Stay.
In, stay.
Stay.
You just need to get a guy that can actually score. I saw
The problem is we don't have a prolific striker. That's the problem.
Vlahovic linked to Arsenal again, mate. So
Telling you, that's the problem. We need a
might have to
prolific
sign him.
striker.
Might
We
have
need
to
a
sign
finisher because we've got guys who can deliver the ball. We just need, Havertz up top. He's just not going to cut it, mate. I've been saying it for 2 seasons. And Jesus came in, but he was never a prolific striker at Man City. So what did you think he was going to come in and give you 20 goals a season?
and now he's injured.
Yeah, come on.
So we'll see what happens. But let's get to some of the results in men's singles yesterday. It was good to see Kai Nishikori back at this event too, but he got done against Paul from the USA. Zverev wins in straight sets. Humbert wins in straight sets against Habib. Davidovich beats Olga Aliassime in 5 sets. So knocks out a seeded player. Draper beat Kokkinakis in 5 sets last night. Mensik defeats Casper Ruud, who's 6th seed. So the 6th seed is out. Vukic, the Aussie, beats a 22 seed Korda. Fils, the 20th seed, goes through. Cabales defeats Duckworth in straight sets. The Aussie. Djokovic, 4 sets, moves on. Jordan Thompson loses in straight sets. Alcaraz wins in straight sets. So he's moving on. And that's pretty much it for yesterday. The K says, really, 6 years in the job, 700 million spent, and you're still going to give him more.
Ask United how well it's worked out for him cycling through coaches. We gave Wenger a
No,
lot of time. He won one major title in 20-something years.
yeah, I
FA
think you
Cups
need.
and all that shit, that doesn't count, bro. Carabao Cup, FA Cup, who gives a fuck about those? Premier League, Champions League. That's the
That's it.
two things, everything else, even Europa League, Conference League, it's all bullshit. All the other cups are rubbish. It's all just fillers for the betting companies to make more money, for the everything to make more money. It's all just fillers. They're the only two trophies that matter.
And
Telling you right
maybe,
now,
and
that's the truth.
maybe the Club World Cup, maybe.
Maybe the
Maybe.
Club World Cup because
No,
you've
but
got
those
obviously all
two,
the
those
winners,
two,
but that's it.
for domestic
That's it.
football, those are the outside of international football. Those are the two things you want to win: your league, and you want, mate. Champions League, in my opinion, is better than winning the league. Yeah, I get what you're trying to say, but like Saucy said, Wenger was there for 20 years and he won one trophy. So they went to mediocre to playing better football in the last 6 years. So I'll defend Arsenal on that. But they
I
need to
don't agree
find
with some of
someone.
the spending. Like I'm
Yeah,
with
some of
you
the
that
players.
point. Like some
But
of the spending is,
some of the guys have been
but at
good
the same
signings.
time,
Declan
it's not like
Rice,
we're spending the money that we don't have. We're not doing United and putting our club in debt.
Odegaard.
We've got plenty of money to spend. Our club is in immense profit. Thank you to Arsene Wenger. Thank you to the predecessors that set up the
The,
club to be
shittest,
in this
the
great
shittest
position.
signings. The
We're not a
shittest signings.
Barcelona. We can't not afford to just sign on Danny Olmo because we got no money. We're not in that position.
The shit, your shit signings have been your forwards. Jesus. Did you have Sterling at one stage? No. No, but you had Jesus, Havertz, um, Nketiah was already there. You got rid of Nketiah,
He's
didn't
from
you?
the academy.
You're from the
Yeah, he's
academy. But
gone.
those guys they're not and out strikers, mate. That team works perfect. They've got great wingers. They have Sterling on loan. There you go. Well, that's not. These aren't
And he
guys.
started today and he was
These are
pretty
not guys.
average.
These are not guys. They're gonna. You need there to win a title. Look at Man City, mate. They got like Haaland's there. They need a big guy. I know they're winning titles before that, but City and Arsenal are two different kettle of fish. The way that you're set up, you've got great wingers and great centre mids and CDMs. You just need a like an out and out target man, and you'll win the league.
I got a question. Tell me which coach we go after, if not Arteta. Like, who do we put in the job?
I got a question for
Tell me.
Dakai. Like honestly, I just want to know like who do you follow in the Premier League? I'm a Man United fan, so if this is the first time you're listening to it, I'm not going to talk about Man United because we're talking about Arsenal. But I agree with Source cycling through coaches like freaking you're changing nappies on a baby is not fucking conducive to success in a football club. Straight out. Straight out. Wayne Rooney was the GOAT, mate. Inzaghi. I don't know. He's a Chelsea fan. They're on the improve.
Yeah, look, I don't know. I just can't think because obviously, the probably the best coach available, right? That is available is Jurgen Klopp, but he's not going to coach Arsenal, is he? He said
Well,
he's
the
never going
best
to
coach,
coach in England again,
probably the
right?
best coach outside of him is probably Xabi Alonso at the moment.
Yeah, well, Xabi Alonso. Yeah, that would probably be a good pick if they are to replace Xabi Alonso or
Even like a guy like Thomas Tuchel's a great manager, in my opinion. I think he's a great manager, personally.
he's going to Madrid. Yeah, that's a fair point. He would probably go to
Yeah,
Madrid.
yeah, I understand that, but we're talking about managers, perfect managers. Ruben Amorim, he'd be good at Arsenal. Carlo
Yeah,
Ancelotti at Arsenal.
mate, Ancelotti's a gun. I just told you. I haven't talked about Ancelotti for years, man. I told you he was good, mate. He's a good when he was at Chelsea.
You can book it right now. Top 10 greatest managers of all time. If you're not putting Carlo Ancelotti in there, you might as well pack it up. Arteta worried me the other day. He said the worst thing for his job. I have the full support of the board. Well, we'll have to wait and see if he does, won't we?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know.
Anyway, let's get to the matches
but
today.
It's not going to matter, Decay, because this year's the year. All right, that's all. We say that.
Ancelotti is going 100%.
Until I come on here and just absolutely lose me marbles because we fumbled the ball again. But
yeah, you'll lose it at some stage.
Yeah.
Today's results in back to the tennis. Hercax is out. They lost in straight sets. The 18 seed Monfils Gael Monfils moves on after winning in straight sets, which is nice. Karchanchov, the 19 seed, moves through. The Italian Musetti moves through. Surandulo, the Argentinian, moves through. Ben Shelton, put down the telephone. Remember Mr. Shelton? And then Djokovic hung it up on him, mate, on his head. He goes through, beating Carreno in 4 sets. Dimonor, the Aussie, wins in straight sets. I watched that. It was just exhibition by him. Fritz, the 4th seed, wins in straight sets. Who else we got here? Tiafo out. Source. Interesting. Lost in 5 sets. Fonseca loses to Sonigo in 5 sets. Rune defeated Berrettini in 4 sets. And then Sinner is currently playing against Schoolcake, the Aussie. And it's 1 set apiece in that one. So, yeah, interesting. In the women's, Swiatek, the number 2 seed, is moving through. Coco Gauff moving through. Raducanu moving through. Navarro. Who else we got? What's her name? Who will win it? What's her name? She's world number 1, isn't she?
Sabalenka.
Yeah, she's winning it. She's winning it. And give her the flag back, mate. Just put the flags back on the bloody players.
What do you mean? They've signed the treaty now. It's all good, so put the flags back.
Just put the flags back, mate. Like, it's got nothing to do with sport. So just put it back.
Put the flags
Stop
back.
with all that shit.
Stop being lemons. Stop
being woke, mate. Like, just fucking put it back. That you taking their flag away is not stopping any wars. So just fucking stop being lemons.
It's done a lot, clearly, Dom. It's done shit ton.
It's done so much. So much. All right, let's move on from the Oz Open. Actually, we'll have a look at tomorrow's games. Sabalenka's playing. Coco Gauff's playing. In the women's, Naomi Osaka is playing as well. Men's doubles also tonight. The special Ks, Kyrgios and Kokkinakis, they're playing Source. Both injured. Don't ask me how it's going to work, but they're both injured and they're playing. And I think Kokkinakis is coming up a 5-hour game or 4.5-hour game from last night. So we'll see how he pulls up. Games tomorrow in the men's, Tommy Paul, Zverev, Alcaraz, Djokovic. They're all on the same side, Source. Ridiculous.
Yeah, so it's probably going to be Zverev, Alcaraz, or Djokovic coming out of that side, and on this side, it will probably be Sinner.
Yeah. Or Medvedev.
No, I don't think so, Medvedev. Vinny says, I can't quite get into tennis without Roger and Rafa. It just doesn't feel right. I know the feeling.
What do you mean? The GOAT's still playing, so who cares? What's the GOAT play? The real
king? Djokovic. Djokovic is a gun. Let's hope he can win again.
Mate. I hope he wins again. I hope he just keeps winning. It's always good to watch greatness. He's 7th seed now, so.
Magda, how are you, bro?
I hope you had fun the other night. Joker is the GOAT, says Magda. Yep. Love that. Very nice. All right. Off to you for some UFC Source, and we'll get into some hobby talk.
So UFC, obviously there was the UFC Dern versus Ribas. I'll run through the main card results. Dern got the win in the main event, women's strawweight submission in the third round. Welterweight, you had Santiago Ponzinibbio getting the KO over Carlston Harris in the third round. You had middleweight division, Cesar Almeida defeating Abdul Razak Al Hassan with a KO in the first round. In your middleweight division, you had Roman Kopolov defeating Chris Curtis, with a KO in the third round. And then the featherweight division, you had Christian Rodriguez defeating Austin Bashi with a decision over the 3 rounds. And then the welterweight division, Bonelli Soriano defeating Uros Medic with a KO in the first round. But don't worry about that. We'll just quickly breeze through that because it's all about this weekend, Doma. UFC 311. Islam Makhachev against Arman Taskurian. It's going to be an absolute belter. You got the co-main event, Mirab Deshevili against Umar Nurmagomedov. And then the light heavyweight. It just gets better. Yuri Prochazka against Jamil Hill. And then you got Benil Dariush against Renato Mochiano. And then you got Kevin Holland against Reina de Ridier. It's just unbelievable. And then on the prelim, you got Peyton Talbot. Lock that in for a win. This bloke's an absolute freak against Rayon Barcelos. You're getting a heavyweight, Yalton Ahmed against Sergey Spivak. It just gets, it's even this next bout, light heavyweight, you got Bogdan Goskov against Billy Alkina. And then lightweight, you got Grant Dawson against Diego Ferreira. It's an absolute belter. It's an early prelims. I'm going to have a look just to see if there's anything that sticks out. Not too much, but nonetheless, tune in. The early prelim kicks off from 10 a.m. The prelim card kicks off from 12 p.m. The main card kicks off from 2 p.m. It's going to be an absolute belter this weekend, Sunday UFC. Don't miss it because we want to see what happens with Islam. Look, by all means, I actually think Islam will win against Arman Tasturian. He's going to do his usual thing, and take him to the ground and just be too strong. Mirab Devashili against Umar Nurmagomedov is obviously undefeated, 18-0. I'm going to go with Nurmagomedov just because I just have to. I don't know. I just have to. There's something about these guys. Like, they get to this point in their career, and it's like this is why they were born. This is their destiny, right? Like, I just see that he's not going to lose. Like, it's going to be a good fight, but I just think he'll get the chocolates. And then you have light heavyweight Yuri Prochazka against Jamal Hill. This is an interesting one. This is actually a great fight and a very, very tough one to pick because both guys have knockout power. Jamal Hill's obviously got the reach. I feel like, Yuri, although everyone loves his style and it's a bit unorthodox, he's been caught out with his style a little bit over his last couple of fights. So I feel like Jamal Hill will get the win, but it's a toss of the coin. I'm not saying that with any confidence at all, but I'm going to go Jamal Hill. And then lightweight division, Benil Dariush against Renato Mochiano. I'm going to go with Mochiano. I love that bloke. He's hilarious. He's with a podcast with Gilbert Burns. It's so fucking funny. Like, seriously, if you want to laugh, go watch it. And then you have Kevin Holland against Rene de Ritter. I'm going to go with de Ritter just because Kevin Holland, although he can get the win, he's a vet. I feel like, he's an entertaining fighter. He wants to fight for the fans, and sometimes that's not the best thing to do. And they'll probably come back to bite him, and de Ritter will get the win. So I'm just picking the main card. The rest, I'm not going to worry about. But it's big card this weekend, UFC 311, Makhachev against Taskurian. I think that's number 2. So Makhachev's already beat him once. So could this be the second time? I think so.
It'll be massive for Makhachev if he can win it. Like, it'd be huge.
No, I think he will. I think he. I don't know. Maybe he might submit him. I'm not sure. Submission.
I don't know. That Dagestani camp, man, is like fucking next level, bro. They've honestly just taken over mixed martial arts.
They have.
You just like, and if you don't know, like Bilal Muhammad, like, he was obviously, the way he was fighting and stuff, he got better. The change in his game was when he dropped everything and he went and trained with them. and became a part of that camp. And look at him now; he's world champ in his weight
Yeah.
class.
Yeah.
It's just next level.
Says it
Next
all,
level.
doesn't it?
Joe Rogan talks about it all the time on the podcast. They literally eat, sleep, breathe mixed martial arts. No, they train practically all day. No phones allowed. No distractions. No girls. No phones. Nothing. It's unreal. Unreal, man.
Doma, I'm not sure if you caught. Gypsy King apparently is retired. I don't
Yeah.
know. He came out, said some post that he's retired. People in the comments were like absolutely trolling him, saying, "See you in 6 months for the big payday, mate."
How's Eddie Hearn? He goes, oh, he's meant to fight Joshua and he ducked the fight by retiring. Just fucking blasted him.
Just blasted him. I fully do not believe it. I'm not sure if you've seen his statement on his Instagram. It's complete. Sounds like an absolute piss take. Like it's a video. Like he's just.
Okay.
It just. I don't know. I think he'll be back. Although maybe after that fight, he doesn't want any more money because he got paid that much over his last two Usyk fights. Why would he even want to take any more brain damage? I don't know. Who cares? Who really cares if he retires? To be honest, I think. You know,
McGregor versus what about
it's a bit of a stunt. It could be a bit of a stunt. It might not, but I don't know. I just thought I'd throw that out there.
Versus Logan Paul. Was it Logan Paul? Apparently, it's like $200 million payday for Conor McGregor. Apparently,
it's going to happen in India or something.
Yeah, something crazy. And did you see Conor McGregor playing? You see Conor McGregor playing soccer during the week?
No, didn't catch it.
Fucking hilarious. He was like playing for some local club, bro. Go find the clips.
Oh,
he goes to volley the ball and he just misses it and he literally just kicks the guy in the stomach. Just imagine copping a kick from Conor McGregor in the stomach, missing the ball, full pelt. He'd fucking kill you, wouldn't he? Bro, he's so and you should see him, he's so shit. He just hacks the guys. And then he gets up and he goes, "What do I do? What do I do?" Yeah, he try and break people's legs, bro. He's just so bad. I should see if I can find some clips and I'll bring them up. Winner gets GI Joe cards.
And Doma,
plenty of those.
Last one before we move on to hobby talk, because I think we've covered most sports.
Yes.
Tune in. What is it? It's Thursday, so this will be on tomorrow morning. If you're up early, I mean, there's games on. Last game starts at 7:30 tomorrow morning, but games start from 4 a.m. It's the Bahrain Dart Masters, so it's the first tournament of the season. It's Bahrain Dart Masters. Some of the best European players go over and play some of the best players of the region. You know, there's two local players, Bahrain players, and then there's, a few locals from around that region. I think from Philippines, from China, and things of. I think also one from India. So yeah, that kicks off. You got obviously our boy Lukey Litlow's playing. He starts at 6:30 a.m. tomorrow morning. So if you're up nice and early, tune in. Bahrain Dart Masters. I'm not exactly sure where you watch it. Dartstreams.com. Yep, no, didn't say that. But yeah, tune in. Bahrain Dart Masters this weekend.
Here we go, Sauls. I found it. Yeah. Have a watch. He's just so you can commentate. I'm not putting. He's number 11, mind you.
Here he goes. They give it to McGregor. Oh, he trips on the ball. He trips on the ball. Then he pulls him and then trips him. Here he goes. He tries to control the outside of the foot. The touch is absolutely terrible. Oh, what a slight tackle! He's gone in 2 foot. He's gone in 2 foot.
Watch. He kicks him in the chest.
That's unbelievable. And then he's going, what's happened? He's literally booted him in the chest.
Look at this.
Jesus.
Oh.
He should be playing for a Churches League, mate. That's about the level that was.
No, he should be playing for Man United. Oh, geez, I tell you, unbelievable scenes. So
That's
funny.
hilarious.
Oh
That is
gosh.
absolutely
All
hilarious.
right. What have I done here? I've got to get rid of this tab. Get rid of this. McGregor kicking people in the chest. All right, off to hobby talks. Also, first and foremost, I can share all these with you. Share screen, window. Here we go. First and foremost, bang. Saucy, if you want to
Massive.
talk to this one, it's
So,
it's a screen clipping, by the way. It's not a video. So
yeah, so it's the Victor Wembanyama 23-24 out of National Treasures, one of one, the logo man. From what I'm assuming, should be game worn in National Treasures. Someone correct me or not. If that's not game worn, then fuck, the hobby's fucked. Let me just tell you, if that's not game worn, the hobby's truly fucked, right? But I think it is,
I'll watch
and
the video. I'll watch the video. I'll
it
tell you.
better be.
I'll tell you right now.
But it's interesting to see what it sells for. And the lucky hitter, what do you reckon? Do you reckon he's selling it, or
Got it.
I mean, it depends. It's probably his biggest card out of Panini, in my opinion. Maybe the flawless logo man 101 would be
No, he
as
doesn't.
big,
He
if
doesn't. He
not
doesn't
bigger.
flip the card.
But that's probably one of his biggest cards that there is. The sad thing is, Doma, and look, I will say this, is the way that they make the jerseys these days, that actual logo man is just like a screen print nowadays. Back in the day, it used to be all
Yes, stitched.
stitched jerseys. So it was actually a stitched logo man that was obviously stitched on by a machine. Nonetheless,
Mm-hmm.
was not hand stitched, but no two stitchings were ever the same. There's always a little bit of variance in some of the stitching and everything. So had its uniqueness to it.
It is game. It is game worn. It says.
Yeah. Okay. I'd hope so. But geez, I wonder what that's going to fetch. I genuinely think this is a $250,000 card plus, if not more. The person who puts this for sale, I genuinely do. You got to think if they do any sort of logo man next season and they put an auto on it, well, technically it's not a rookie because it's a second season card. So yeah, although it might have demand, I just don't think. What other 5 million Wembies aren't any good? I mean, he's got a lot of rookie cards, but if you're to buy this, like you had
That's the
ridiculous
one you
amount of
want.
money, and you're to buy this as literally to hold to see if this guy does fulfill his career, this would probably be the card, if not
And the
one of
and
the
the
top.
positive thing too, Source, is it's actually licensed.
Yeah, it's licensed, got the logos, one of one.
I don't know. Also, special Ks have started Kokonakis and Kyrgios. So they've started out on 9 gem. Saucy's lagged out. He's absolutely cooked. Just being a smart ass boys, I agree. The other stuff is so overprinted and too many for my liking. Make bank, says Magda. You're back, Sauce. You're lagged out hard.
Nah, my internet just dropped out. I don't know what the
Oh,
hell
okay.
happened there. It's
Anyway,
back.
what were
I'm
you
back.
saying? Do you want to finish that thought? I was just saying, yeah, licensed, of course.
Yeah, license, of course, and it'd be one of his top 3 cards. Considering that there's no autos on any of his rookie stuff, which is just crazy. That I just find it crazy that we've got such a fractured hobby. Like, why is it so fractured? That's the question I have. Like, how have we got to this point? Why is the number one player not signing his very first license cards? It's just crazy, man. Like, how is there an agreement with the Players Association for that to happen? Like, you would think if you get the Players Association, even if the agreements, he only has to sign 250 autos. Who cares? At least he's got something out there, right? That's licensed with autos in it that are rookie year, true RC. I'm telling you, Fanatics is going to try and pull some wool over people's eyes and make a release next year and say these are his true RC first, cards, autos, rookie cards. But at the end of the day, they're not manufactured or released in his rookie season. So for me, it's just not the same, personally. But I'm sure there'll be plenty of people that buy it up and lap it up, Doma. So yeah,
100%.
interesting one. I think if it gets sold, it's a 250,000 plus card.
Yeah, I agree with you. Round about that, 250 plus. If it was Logo Man Auto, we're looking at over $500,000 easily.
Yeah.
But like Saucy said, how it makes any sense that they don't have an agreement with the Players Association is beyond me. So anyway, next one up, Source. We will get to that Yamal card, Magda. Oh no, Vinny. Sorry. Magda says you were on the lemon internet. The next one, I'll zoom in on this so you can see it. This was sent to us, Sam Nubbs. All right, as you can see, rookie ticket, Mahomes, PSA 10 auto, Gem Mint.
And he's promoting his card saying, check out these bangers live on Fanatics Collect.
Apparently.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's obviously he's taken a screenshot and it's put there outbid. So he's shill bidding his own cards on Fanatics Collect platform. Right? Formerly PWCC, bought out by Fanatics Collect, and now Fanatics Collect. And he's shill bidding his own cards. Idiot is dumb enough to take a screenshot after he's bid on the card instead of logging out and then taking a screenshot and then post that, promoting it, and people are like, what the hell are you doing? Why does it say outbid? Obviously, you're shilling your cards. And it's funny enough because you go to his profile, Doma, and he's got no more posts. He's deleted all his posts or something like that.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah. Well,
so
he's got all his posts there, but I think all his stories...
All these stories is gone. Oh, okay. But he has a big collection and also big cards, as you can see from this, Mahomes rookie ticket. But yeah, look, this is the problem. And we've heard this firsthand from people we know that have heard from people that play in this high-end market in cards that it's all a bit of a fugazi. Like the prices probably shouldn't be what they are, and they only are at that point because you've got these people with uber wealth that have the ability to pay stupid prices for these cards. So what they do is they obviously pump up their cards from shill bidding and also do shit like if they've bought one at 70,000 and then another one becomes available at 50,000, they'll buy the one at 50,000. Then another one becomes available at 30,000. They keep buying it until they own a whole bunch of it, and then they slowly then pump up the value of their card, release it back into the market, and then make their money back by sort of shilling their cards that they overly own too many of, and then get them back into the market. It's dodgy shit, and it's like something that I have such fear of that, I hope, as I've said, Dom, like my goal in this hobby is to own a Kobe Bryant, flawless, match worn, on card auto, and like the one that I want is like, now that with everything that's happened, it's still it's like a 20K card, right? Now, I'd love to one day own one, but it's the fear that I have. Am I truly overpaying what should be the correct price for this card when you've got guys doing dubious activity like this on such high-end cards? Like, what's to say they don't do it on the card that I'd go to buy that time? Like, it's something that you shouldn't have to fucking worry about, man. It's something that we've expressed, openly on the show and saying that, even an auction houses need to, they need to dox the people that are bidding on these cards, man. Like, how can you be bidding on something $100,000 card, a $50,000 card, even a $20,000 card, like, and you still got the ability to shill bid on it? And that's on Fanatics Collect platform. I mean, clearly they don't care. Fanatics do not have a moral bone in their body. They literally do not, ladies and gentlemen. Like, they are here to literally drain the pockets from you guys. Like, just look at it. Like, have a look, right? I just actually had a look. Funny enough, Dom, like I had a look at Cherry's website to see they've got the pre-orders on the new Hoops Hobby boxes out, $249.95 a box for the new Hoops Hobby. And I'm reading the fine print, and it literally says, Doma, one auto per box on average. Now, just go back, just a few years back, you were guaranteed an auto in every box. Just in LaMelo Ball's year, right? Rookie year. You were guaranteed an auto every box. To now, today, on average, one per box, it says.
So that's one every 2 boxes.
On average.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous. Vinny says the auction houses use people to drive the price up to get more in commission for them. Uncle Ken probably shills on his site. Cosmic Tops sucks.
Why would I need a shield with a 9-figure bank account and I live on a golf course? Huh?
Man,
that's what he was saying.
Just a quick side note. This Kokonakis Curious Doubles game started, and they broke Duckworth and Vukic in the first game, and then they got broken in the second game off Kyrgios' serve. In that game that got broken, Kyrgios served an underarm serve. He went to the edge of the court and served the first serve practically off the court.
They're just taking
it is the ultimate shithousery tennis. Like, ultimate. They're taking the absolute PI 55. It's a joke. Please turn it on. It is genuinely
I've got it
it's an embarrassment to tennis, but you know what? It's very entertaining. So they're just talking shit and having a laugh. So, next one. This one was also sent through. So,
cracker! What a card!
Yeah, wow.
Except they've put the wrong autos on there, bro. Haven't they?
Yeah. Yep. So my kid.
Oh my god! I can tell straight away. I knew that wasn't his auto.
Cristiano Ronaldo on there.
Fucking idiots! Seriously.
That's tops.
That's some peanut behind over there at Tops Fanatics, should we say? Because it's
something I would do. It's something I would do. This is the real Ronaldo, Cristiano. It's something I would do.
It happens over and over again. It's just
pretty shit.
That shouldn't happen, bro. That should not happen.
Yeah. Anyway, just wanted to bring that up, and just because, as everyone said, it's going to be better with Tops. QC is going to be better. This is going to be better. That's going to be better, and you've got this. So,
well, the employees don't even know the difference between the Ronaldo's autos. That's it. They just seen Ronaldo at the top, seen Ronaldo there, and said, "Oh yeah, that must be the Ronaldo." Probably doesn't even know the difference between this Ronaldo and the other Ronaldo, the bloke who stuck the sticker on, or woman.
So just wanted to point that out to everyone. And the last thing we've got is obviously the if you can get the Yamala sauce.
I've got it.
Beautiful.
So here it is, Doma. Here it is. It's at 75,000, and there's still 16 days and 16 hours and 40 minutes to go. It ends on February the 2nd at 2 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time. So it will obviously adjust for your local time when you access this site. Is it fair to say, Doma, that the bloke rejecting the $100,000 offer that came through the moment he hit it a good choice? Or
yes,
because it's already at 75,000. So
that's
well
USD.
done.
That's USD, ladies.
Yeah, well done to the lucky hitter.
I think it's 134,000 Australian.
Wow, the Aussie dollar just took a nosedive from 68 cents to like 62 cents the other day.
No, 120,000 Australian.
That's pretty good. Pretty good. And let's just not forget, ladies and gentlemen, this is where I seeing this card, it puts a smile on my face because it just, it gives me a little bit of hope. It gives me a little bit of hope that, maybe one day I'm gonna not obviously hit. It's like winning the fucking lottery, hitting that card, but maybe there's still hope for me. I buy a blaster box and I can actually hit a decent card in there. You know what I mean? I can buy a mega box. I don't have to break the bank. I don't have to spend $1,500 on a Prism hobby box just to somewhat have a chance at hitting somewhat of a decent card or a big card. It's still out there, ladies and gentlemen, in retail packs. It is still out there, and it wasn't sent to a big breaker, or our friends at Trident and the boys there, they do a good job, but by all means they're minuscule compared to some of the blokes in the States that really ideally, if this card got hit, would have a lot more views and attention. Just gives me a bit of hope. And $75,000. Obviously, this money is probably going to change the lucky hitter's life. And hit out of a blaster box. It doesn't get any better than that.
It's epic.
It just doesn't. That's and this that blaster box is more than affordable for a dad to buy for his son, and that could have been a little kid that hit that, right? So it just gives you hope. Gives you hope.
100%. I'm so happy for the person that hit it, and I'm so happy for Luke and the team at Trident for hitting it also. So it's always good when good breakers hit a big card. So it's deserving, and I'm happy that they're the ones that pulled this card. Being so into football, the world game, they pulled the biggest card. The only thing bigger than this is a 101 Superfractor auto of Amin Yamal. The only thing bigger than this. So amazing source. It is an amazing story, and it's good to see. Beautiful. You got anything else? We can talk about the break very quickly. Thanks to everyone that tuned in. I haven't got any of the cards in here to show. I put it on my kitchen table, the sorter, because I had that many cards and I got to go through it. But yeah, it was good. I'm glad that, like, looking back, I know there was a bit of disappointment on the night, and the disappointment of it was the fact that we didn't hit an auto in a case, which is very disappointing. Even a vet auto would have been nice, or any auto.
I just find it difficult for them to have a case that, I know you're not guaranteed an auto in the box, but it does display on the box that you can hit autos in there, right? You would think opening a sealed case with 12 boxes, you'd hit at least one auto. The fact that there's not an auto in there, it makes my blood boil, because we worked it out that if you were to buy that case, it'd cost you about 1,500 to 1,600 Australian dollars. And you're potentially getting not even one fucking auto. I mean, we worked it out that for that price, I could go buy a Kobe sticker auto and guarantee that in my collection. So why would you spend $1,500 on that stupid case?
But even with the hits we had, and then you had to grade, for example, all the hits we had, we'll say you're at about 1,900 Australian, you still wouldn't even make 50% of your money back. Not even close.
Even with grading the best cards in there and whatever, say they even got 10s, because I looked up what the 10s were worth, you wouldn't even get back 25% of the cost of the case.
Gold.
Well, I was not even getting a 10, we would have freaking got a 5.
So, as I was saying, I look back on its source when I was going through all the cards. The most disappointing thing, obviously, is the fact there was no auto. The good news was, obviously, we won a case. We gave the case away to the double coverage family, which we're happy about. And looking back on it, I'm glad that we hit some LaMelo True Rookie and Ant-Man True Rookie Red Waves, which is better than nothing. And I'm actually happy because I went back and looked at the golds that we hit source. I'm very happy we hit the LaMelo Rookie debut gold, because all the other golds we hit were fucking horrific. Like, horrific.
Terrible.
So I'm pretty happy with that we hit a LaMelo gold. But in saying that, like I said, we're just happy we could give back to the community, and a lot of the guys are paying it forward, and we're going to give a lot of those hits out to kids at the next show. So, which is really nice.
Yep, we will do. But yeah, or as you know, we'd love to do more things like open more product on this page, but it's just as you're saying, like it's literally it's rubbish. It's fucking rubbish, man. Anything that's somewhat affordable is absolutely rubbish. To have any chance or whatever, you know, you're having to spend over $1,000 a box, and then there, I just feel like I'm getting ripped, you know, for the quality that's being put in front of me of the cards, first of all, and then
The
composition of the box. After that, it's a joke.
Print lines bubbling on the foil on the base cards. The cards bent. Like, man, the QC was terrible. Absolutely shocking, to be honest. But
yeah, disappointing, but nonetheless, fun to rip stuff, and hopefully
exactly.
we can rip a few more things as
Perfect.
the year goes forward.
On that note, keep living, loving, and breathing sport. I'm Dom with the Great Man Sauce. Double coverage. And peace.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. Peace. Thank you for tuning in. Please don't forget to leave a review on the Apple Podcasting app. Also, follow us on socials: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. Talking all sports. Double curve.